Wow, they're really...
To Pause the Music Podcast, a podcast by music fans for music fans. We talk new music, old music, and everything in between. The albums we love, the songs we argue about, and the moments that made us fans. With Jeff, Matt, and Timmy Rotter. Now sit back, relax, and pause the music.
Wow.
Well,
I still like that.
I like it too. I think it's a little fun, a little funky, a little different. Welcome back to Pause the Music Podcast. Well, sorry, what?
I was going to say, go back and do the intro.
Yeah, Pause the Music Podcast by music fans, for music fans. We're your hosts, Matt, Jeff, and Timmy Rotter, a father and son's music-loving trio. Welcome back. Quick turnaround. We were here last week. We're back again. There's going to be a little delay after this one, so just be patient because I will be gone for 2 weeks, and then it is episode 100, so we're on episode 99 right now, so we're getting on the big 100. Whoop, whoop. It's kind of crazy. That means we're coming up on 2 full years of listening every single week if people wanted to go back to our catalog.
That's crazy, actually.
104 would be 2 full years of listening every single week.
True.
We're getting there.
108 technically.
Wow.
It's 52 a year, Timmy.
I'm
man.
stupid. No, I corrected it. I corrected it right away. I went right away. I was like, nope, it's 104. If you go back, check the tapes. Check the tapes.
Well, I mean, it's recorded, so we'll see. But that was bad.
I definitely said it wrong first. I said
yes,
it
you
wrong
did.
first.
You 100% did. So I don't know if this is gonna be YouTube.
I think I'm just gonna stay out of this one.
Yeah, you should. They gave me an option to video record, so we'll see if video recording is happening, and if it does, we're going live on YouTube too. What's up, folks? If you're watching us,
shoving my face is full of Doritos.
Oh yeah,
all right.
Oh yeah, dude. This is. I have a half-finished puzzle behind me, and like it's just Timmy's got an unmade bed.
Zibaloin.
So if you're video rewatching this,
wait.
Hold on. Oh, he's got to turn on the sign. Oh, we're back.
That's better.
For the audio listeners, Jeff turned on his MTV neon sign. So we are so back if this is going on YouTube. God. And if it's not, I just bamboozled you all. So we got some new albums that came out this week. And Timmy came up with the fun podcast or album / playlist creation. And that's making a best of for an artist that doesn't have a best of. So it's kind of exciting to see. I'm super excited to get into that. But we got a lot of new albums to talk about. This was a big week for me in releases. Coming out with 7. Timmy's got 5. Jeff's got 4. But why don't I start with maybe the worst album I've listened to in a long time. To the point where...
Is this the one you and Timmy were talking about before we started recording?
No. I'm different on mine again.
So this is a new album from a very big Nepo baby, daughter of Ethan Hawke and who's the Kill Bill actress?
Oh.
Ethan Hawke and
Charlize Theron?
No. Very similar though. Hold on. Kill Bill. It is. We're looking. Uma Thurman. Daughter of Uma Thurman and Ethan Hawke. Maya Hawke, also known from Stranger Things, being in that. She's the one that comes in season 2, season 3 in the ice cream shop with whatever it is. She released an album, and I was like, okay, let's see where this goes. She's got very creative parents. I'm very excited for this. 4 songs in, Julia made me turn it off because it was that bad. She says, is this for the podcast or can we be done with this? And I go, we can be done because I want to be done. I went back to it by myself later. Does not get any better. This is the Maya Hawke's new album, Maitra Corso? Maitreya. God, it sucked. It is awful. She's trying too much to be artsy and weird. I think she saw DJO succeeding. And she's like, I could do this kind of sound, this indie sound, but it sounds like an industry plant. Like, it's not good. She paid a lot of money to be able to do this, and she shouldn't have, because that was a waste of money. It sucks. I am never coming back to this again. I would rather listen to anything else. This is a 1.
Wow. Whoa.
Not good.
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead, Timmy.
I can go next. My first release I'm going to talk about is Lucky's Days Before Bad. 5-song EP, 11 minutes long. Lil Yachty feature. Fire.
Lil Bo.
God, I didn't see the features before. I just queued it and then went to the next album because I had some time that I wasn't going to be on my phone. I was just listening to music. So I queued up a few albums. This was one of them. And it's what Lucky Sounds is what you're going to get, and that's what it really is. You're able to bop along to it, but you're not going to find anything that's crazy insane. You're just kind of listening to listening to Lucky rap for 11 minutes.
Fair enough.
I'm sitting at a 6.5 on it. It's not bad.
There you go.
It's Lucky.
I'll go quick again here because I got another shit album I got to throw out there. This is Plaqueboy Max's new EP, Crash Dummy. This is 6 tracks, 15 minutes. And man, if you like 808s and the same thing being said over and over and over again for each song, you'll love this. I don't, and I found it bland. I found it repetitive. I found it annoying after track 2. And This is something I also, thank God it was only 15 minutes because I was ready to be done. This is a 2. Plaqueboy Max is coming off of the whole victory lap, awesomeness that he had because he basically rode the coattails of Fred again. And now coming into this, I was like, okay, maybe we have a chance of something being cool. Maybe he tries to go a little bit more electronic. And he doesn't. He goes straight back into what he knows best, being shit at producing and shit at making music. 2 out of 10. Get me out.
Ooh.
It's another bad one. I had 2 really bad albums.
No kidding. All right. My bad one of the week is a 5.
Wow.
And this one was just a weird album. Now it was kind of a bonus one I picked. I knew a couple of the artists, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to go with it. The band is called the Claypool Lennon Delirium. Okay. None other than Les Claypool of Primus and Sean Ono Lennon. I'm guessing grandson, maybe? Because Julian was the son. Could be a grandson. Not quite sure who Sean Ono is. Lennon. So anyway, they've had other collaborations before, and I never knew that, but they put out this one called The Great Parrot Ox and The Golden Egg of Empathy.
Sean Ono is the son of Yoko Ono and John Lennon.
Oh, he is the other. Okay, so there's Julian and Sean. There's 2.
Born October 9th, 1975.
Okay, there we go. Ta-da, there's your answer. If you want a Beatle-esque album, this is for you. Absolutely. There is so much Beatle reference to this album, and then you throw in some Les Claypool bass lines, and that's what this album is. It's a solid 5. It's weird. It's odd. If you want to get a little nostalgic and go back and listen to some Beatles, put this sucker on. It's kind of interesting.
Fair enough. I will go with another disappointment of the week. I mean, it's getting up there. We're getting up past 1 and 2s now. We're getting into 4 territory.
Still bad.
With the new Casey Musgraves album, Middle of Nowhere.
Oh, you did that one. Okay.
I was a huge Casey Musgraves fan back when she was super country. With her album Same Trailer, Different Park in 2013, I really loved. And then when Golden Hour came out, I thoroughly enjoyed that because it was more like a pop country sound. And she won Grammys for this album, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so, yes.
Multiple songs over 100 billion plays. So I've listened to Star-Crossed in 21. I thought it was okay. I listened to Deeper Well in 24. That was okay. And I think this is just another okay album. It's unfortunate that it just keeps sliding down more and more. Because I think Casey Musgraves is a really talented artist. I just don't know.
Do you think these are rushed?
I wouldn't say rushed. I think it's just
not polished very well.
I just don't think it's the right sound for her.
Because
maybe she's getting pushed in the wrong direction.
I think she's getting pushed into this more twangy country. Like, and there's parts where it's like, it's way too twangy. It doesn't feel like she wrote the lyrics personally anymore. Maybe it's just like she's grown up. Maybe she's moved on from that country life, and it's not her anymore. But
maybe
like,
not.
There's huge features on this. You have Gregory Alan Iskov. You have Billy Strings, Miranda Lambert, Willie Nelson. You have huge country artists on here.
Wow.
And like, there is it's maybe it's just not my sound of country, and that could be. But like, even the Gregory Alan Iskov song, I didn't like, and I love Gregory Alan Iskov. I think he is a phenomenal artist, but he's more of the indie scene than a country scene. Miranda Lambert's "Horses and Divorces" is just the most classic breakup song ever. Like, it feels basic is the best way to put it. It's like, I think she could do so much more, but it just feels basic. Like, and maybe she's settled into a place where she knows she could just release music and it'll get listened to, because every song on here has over 1 million plays already. So it's like, I'm not surprised, but like, I think she has more talent. She has a higher ceiling. She just needs to hit it. That's just where I'm at. And it's unfortunate because it's a 4, and maybe other artists like it, or other people like it more than I do, but I don't care for this one as much.
That's too bad.
It is.
All right, Timmy, what do you got there, bud?
My next one is actually a soundtrack, technically. It is the Once Upon a Time, the soundtrack by Jay Worthy.
Interesting.
Is
Is
Jay
there a
Worthy a
movie?
part of Griselda? Or is he just in like relations with them?
I do not know.
I know he has at least relations to Griselda.
Yeah.
He had ASAP 12E, Boldy James, Rome Streets, Evidence as features. Some fire songs. This really gives me the vibe of if that Mexican OT grew up on the West Coast.
Okay.
It's that like Texas sounding, but West sounding. It's so weird to explain, but I liked it. I was actually enjoying listening to this. A lot of decent songs on here. 16 songs, 44 minutes. Decent amount of time. Like, I actually enjoyed this. I mean, obviously, my favorite song was with the Rome Streets feature. Rome Streets is one of my bigger artists right now, but ASAP 12E had a fire feature as well.
ASAP 12 kind of slept on.
Like, I've never heard of ASAP 12E before today.
Really?
Yeah.
He's been in, like,
I wasn't
bunch
a
of, like-
huge ASAP.
I was gonna say he's been in a bunch of like ASAP Mob stuff. Like,
Like, if I'm listening to ASAP Mob, it's mainly because of Rocky and Ferg.
that's fair.
And that's kind of where I would dig
fair,
as
that's-
deep into ASAP, I would.
Most of it, that's all you need.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, this is a 7.5.
Solid.
Wow.
I enjoyed it.
Okay. I'll go up. I got the Charmer by the Toadies. Toadies have been around for a while. I know them from a couple songs back in the 90s. So I thought, well, I'll give this guy a try again. And they're just so weird. I'm just, they're weird but interesting is the way I said it. Not quite sure what to expect, and I got my money's worth. So these guys are unique for sure. They can change from rock to pop to punk rock to pretty much they cover it all. It's just a strange album. I gave it a 6 just because I'm not quite sure where to put it. I kind of liked it. I kind of didn't. But I think I kind of liked it more than I didn't, so I gave it a 6.
Fair enough. I
Not
respect
bad.
that.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
I listened to the new American Football album, American Football (parentheses LP4). This is their 4th studio album. They've been around since forever, since 1999. So not forever, 26 years, 27 years. Mm-hmm. And American Football, they're interesting because they were really like one of the biggest people in the Midwest emo scene to start out with. Like, they were one of the pioneers, and then they just stopped.
Disappeared.
Like, the gap between American Football, the first album, and American Football LP2 was 17 years.
Ooh.
1999 to 2016. And since 2016,
you can't do that.
2016, 2019, 2026, those are the next album releases.
Yeah, if you want to keep your fan base, you can't do that.
Well, that's because Midwest emo wasn't really a thing, and American football didn't really have the traction. And then with the streaming style, like Midwest emo became more popular, more mainstream around early to mid 2010s. That's when it became more mainstream. And so it's like, okay, here we go. Timmy's freaking out. I don't know what just happened with him. Caught me so off guard. But like Midwest emo became more mainstream with the attraction of Spotify and with other streaming services.
What did you
They
fart
just
or
started
what?
absolutely blasting our heat.
Oh, that sucks.
And I just I could feel it, and I felt up, and it's just all hot air coming down right above me, and I'm like, ah! So I went to open my window really quickly.
Fair enough. So I was just, hoping to see that they've still got something, because I'm not the hugest fan of LP2 or LP3, so I knew coming into this, it's not going to be American football that I know. And they had bigger features, one big feature on here with Brendan Yates, and going in, they just seem uncaring. They didn't have that unpolished sound before. Before it was unpolished for a reason. Now it feels unpolished to be unpolished.
Ooh,
because when they were younger, they were basically a garage band making music, and that the whininess, the guitar the guitar tones. Everything felt unpolished in a good way. This just feels like unpolished in a bad way. They don't care as much. I think they're just doing it to turn out more albums because I don't think there's a love of the game for them anymore. They don't have that desire to make Midwest emo, whiny songs because they don't have that teen angst anymore. This isn't 26 years ago, 27 years ago where they were teenagers in a garage making music. They're now 40 trying to live up to what they did before, and it can't track that way. I don't think that's what Midwest emo is. I don't think that's how it's going to translate to fans, and it just comes across.
I don't think it comes that way anyway. No, for sure.
It comes across fake, and now it's just I'd much rather listen to the new Free Throw album. I'd much rather listen to any other Midwest emo albums that are coming out right now. They just feel better. The new Tiger's Jaw album I liked more than this. It's just. There's other Midwest emo bands that are younger that have that desire to still be raw and emotional and get their point out. This one is just yeah, I'm depressed. I'm sad. It just doesn't feel right anymore. Maybe they've been depressed for too long and they just need help. Maybe that's what it is now. I don't know how to perfectly describe it, but it's time to move on, guys. You can't live up to your hype anymore. It's time to just go. Ride off into the sunset. You made one of the best Midwest emo albums of all time, one that I still come back to on probably a monthly basis, and this just sucked. It's a 4.
God, you've had a couple stinkers this week.
Oh, and
I'm
it's gonna keep
about a
going.
lot better for me.
What? It's going to keep going?
I've got another
No, for
pretty
me.
rough
Oh, for
album
him.
for me too.
Oof.
Wow. Okay. What do you got?
This was a complete surprise for me, actually. I kind of listened to this one a little scared. This is the new Shoreline Mafia album.
Oh, I didn't even
Business
see
is
that.
Booming.
I love
I
me
was
some
a little
Shoreline.
Shoreline Mafia is fun,
Fucking
but
love
it's been a
Shoreline.
while. They've been around for a long time, and I was a little worried.
Their recent release before this one, kind of fire.
This one was fire.
Yeah.
This one, it's just heavy beats. OGZ knows how to rap on his beats that he has. They bounce perfectly along with each beat that they're rapping along, and you can easily bounce with them. I just feel too white listening to this. I'm far too white to be listening to Shoreline Mafia.
Dude, Mafia Business back in 2020, I was bumping that shit so much.
Which one was that one?
Oh, dude,
I didn't listen to that one.
That's so good.
I was just going to say the same thing.
Yeah,
It's got bands on it. That's got bitches
I
on it.
know the Trapalistic one.
Yep. Shoreline Mafia, fire.
Shoreline Mafia is fire.
I'll give it to them. They're fun to listen to.
Yeah, but this one, it was only 8 songs, 19 minutes.
Oh, easy
Not
listen.
bad. Yeah.
Oh, that's
First
easy.
song, he said, I don't know what he said before. He goes, grr, make that man a vegetable. I'm like, oh my God.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm listening to this while listening to like people's speeches in class about what they've learned about their experiences at St. Vincent St. John's.
Yeah, that's where you go, yeah, I'm too white for this.
It was our integrations class. So we were on our final speeches,
God.
and I'm like, I already did mine. They're not going to care if I'm not listening.
No. Nobody will.
I throw an AirPod in, I was listening to music, put this on, and I'm just like, oh my God, we're making a man a vegetable?
Jeez.
I'm sitting at an 8 out of 10 on this.
Fire, hey, that's there you go.
This was bumping. I would like to listen to this one again.
I like Shoreline Mafia. I like their 2020 tracks or their
Their second
2020
song
album, so.
just comes in so hard. We like to party.
We like to party. Like to party.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
My turn.
Yep.
All right. I have Peaches from the Black Keys. Black Keys released another album. This is the follow-up to their No Rain, No Flowers from 2025. Honestly, I got to tell you, this one was better than the last. The last one I gave a 5.5. This was a solid 7. So this was a better showing from these guys. Hints of their earlier stuff throughout this album. It's definitely worth a listen. Black Keys, Peaches.
I also did Peaches by Black Keys.
Did you?
I did. I'm a huge like folky kind of fan, like that indie folk that like this feels like Southern CCR modernized. Like
Yeah, it was a little fun.
I loved it. It had that Southern twang to it. It had some fun tracks. I think there's smoke. When there's smoke, there's fire. I think the vocals on it were awesome. This is something that I was like, oh yeah, I loved that a lot. Stop Arguing Over Me is great. Like I think that was just fun. I think the guitar playing on it is excellent.
Yeah,
I think
top notch. I think it's cool.
I think the slight distortion on each song, where the vocals are just like a little tin canny. And it sounds awesome. I think they found the right sound. And, like, this is something that reminded me of El Camino Black Keys. Like, this is something that, like, I've come back to and listened to again.
Yep. And I'm on Dropout Boogie, and I'm kind of there, too.
I think there is so many fun songs here that I will keep listening to. I think there's a little jazz to it. There's a little bit of that Southern, like, mesh of that jazz and rock together. This is fun. This is great. I think there are some great little like breakup songs on here as well, the little sadness to it as well, but coming back to it, God, I like it. This is an 8 for me. This is something I've been listening to a lot. This was my favorite album of the week.
Wow.
And this is
this was not my favorite of the week.
I had a lot of fun with this one. I think this one was great. Yeah,
I had a shocker for the next one.
Wow. But yeah, so that was an 8 out of 10 for me. I wouldn't be surprised if that's in my top list at the end of the year because I had a lot of fun with it, and I can see it just continuously growing on me.
Yep.
Because I'm a huge El Camino fan, and the Gold on the Ceiling. Like, that was just, I think that was peak Black Keys, and listening to it again, that's what it sounds like. Like, it's just so good. And so I'm excited to see what they keep doing because I think they found their sound again.
I think the last couple have been kind of, ugh.
Yeah, they've been subpar. Like after seeing,
like I said, I went back and looked, and I gave No Flowers, No Rain, or No Rain, No Flowers, whatever it is. I gave it a 5.5, and I was probably being generous.
I think Dropout Boogie was all right. I think it was a more funky than what they've done before.
I liked Dropout Boogie though. I think it was something out of their character, and it sounded pretty cool and funky, so I liked it.
I've
listened to that one quite a bit.
I was a big fan of Let's Rock from 2019. I think that was a really good album. But El Camino in 2011, Brothers in 2010, that was the sound of the Black Keys that I really liked, and I think they're finding their sound again, which I'm really excited for. I hope they keep doing this because this is something I will continue to listen to. All right, new album from Young the Giant with the album named Victory Garden. Young the Giant has some pretty huge tracks. 4 tracks over 100 million plays, 7.7 million monthly listeners. If you don't know who Young the Giant is, the song Superposition. If you play it, that's like their most catchy one. But like huge tracks out there. And so I went into this one thinking, okay, you're gonna get that indie softer sound, like an indie pop, but a little bit more band heavy. Yeah, you pretty much got that, but in not as great of a way as you were expecting. It feels all right. It feels like they had a theme coming into it and they stuck to it. Little like anti-establishmentarianism sounding, like they just don't care about the government too much. They want to be themselves and be like fighting back a little bit. Like, sure, I get it. But this was released, this weekend, and what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them don't even have 100,000 plays. So, that's where you're sitting with this album. I don't think it's tracking well with fans. I don't think it's tracking well with audio listeners. I think that the Young the Giant fans are not there anymore for good reason, because they put out shit, and this is another album. This is a 4.
Ooh.
Okay, I'll go next to a complete opposite. So
is
this
this
is
the
my
one you
best
guys are
of the week.
sharing?
No.
Or did you already do that?
I'll wait for that.
Okay. I have one album left, and it's that one.
Well, I have 2 left, so I'll talk about
so you do that one, I'll do mine, and then you guys can do the last one.
There you go.
For the second time, in like back-to-back podcasts, not only being on my list, but being my number 1 of that list, is the God Fahim with Dump God Hyperbolic Time Chamber Rap.
God Fahim, another one.
The God Fahim, 7th album of 2026.
Jesus.
Dropped. 9 songs, 19 minutes. The God Fahim has 113,000 monthly listeners. He's pretty small.
Yeah, like not much.
This is banging. I mean, like, I can't get enough of it. I keep coming back to the God Fahim for a reason, because he really has not missed for me. This is another 8.5 for me. That's what he had last week. He had an 8.5 for me last week too. It's these simple, just jazz beats. He keeps rapping over it. I feel like they're so simple to produce, probably, but they sound so good.
I mean, maybe that's why he's released so many albums.
Like the first song, you could get the vibe of what it sounds like. It's called Saiyan Pride, like Super Saiyan. But I mean, I'm loving it. It's an 8.5 for me.
Wow.
Fair enough.
Huh. All right. Well, let me get to my number 1 of the week, which I was kind of surprised with this one, but it is one by the band Seven Dust.
Really?
I hadn't been a fan in a long, long time. They had a couple of good songs way early on, and then they kind of petered out. However, this one's got some really good songs. First 3 are killer songs, and they're all different than each other, which is really kind of cool. I'm trying to pull up the list here. It's 1, Unbreakable, and Is This the Real You? Construct is good. That one comes in at number 6, song number 6. It's just a solid album. I gave it an 8. It matches my best score of the year so far from last week. So this one's definitely going to be a contender for my top 10 for coming to the end of the year.
Wow.
I played a couple other songs. I played a couple other songs again. I'm like, oh, God, I kind of like that stuff. So, yeah, was pretty happy with that. So, Seven Dust came in with an 8 out of 10. Definitely worth a listen.
All right. Well, the last album we got this week is the new Isaiah Rashad album. It's been awful. This is a new release from Isaiah Rashad in the past 5 years. He hasn't released something, so I was very excited. I'm a huge Isaiah Rashad fan. I love the Sylvia demo back from, 2014. I loved some other albums like The House is Burning. The Sun's Tirade. I think there are some banger albums that Isaiah Rashad has listened to, so I was coming into this one very excited, and I loved the other albums maybe a little bit more than I've loved this one, but that's just not a dock on him because his other albums were fire. This is still good. I think this still will hold a candle to the other albums that he's released. I think it's more of a pop-driven, mainstream-focused album compared to his other stuff, where it was more grounded, more softer beats, but him just going crazy on them. Where this one, I think the beats are more fun. I think he has more fun with it. and it kind of comes through. Like, you could tell that it's just more of a.
I feel like this was more clear. The old ones were a little more gritty, almost.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%. This is polished. This is different from what you're expecting out of him. And like MOM, fire. I think the bounciness to it was great. I enjoyed so much time. Man on a Mission is amazing. Same Shit, I think, was also a great song. I think that there's the way that he can flow on top of beats is awesome. I think he just knows how to go on a beat and keep it throughout the whole thing. And like he does that with Same Shit. And so I had a fantastic time with this album. I think there's fun parts. I think it's a little long. I think the second half of this album kind of falls off a little bit, but that's not putting a hamper on him in general, because I think the first half of this album is great. I think that this is something where maybe cut a couple more songs and you're looking 8 or 9, but this is still a 7.5. This is still something where I'm having fun. This is enjoyable. This is something I would listen to again easily. But this also makes me realize, like, I got to go back and listen to more Isaiah Rashad from his Sylvia demo, from like The House is Burning. Like,
that's tend to revisit him again.
Because like he releases once every 5 years, it feels like, and that's
Yeah.
I think it's good for him because he releases something that he wants to make and wants to release, and so looking back on it, it's good. But
well, and you wonder how many songs he's actually created and how many he's actually releasing. You know.
Hundreds.
I mean, are they talking hundreds of songs, and now you have to pick, 10, 11, 12 songs, and that's it? You
like
know?
he's released so much. He's probably released so many songs, or has so many unreleased songs. Like, but the ones that he's picked out, I enjoy. I think there are some parts where it's like, yeah, that's fine. I mean, you had a Dominic Fike feature, which was good. You had a SZA feature, which was great. SZA was awesome on that song.
He's had SZA features in the past, and that's some of his best songs.
And now, I mean, come on, Boy in Red with SZA, fantastic. I think SZA's vocals are awesome. And like
what
Dominic,
song am I thinking of?
They're great together. And so it's like,
West Savannah. Oh
West
my God.
Savannah, yup. That was back before SZA even blew up in 2014.
Yeah.
So like,
That was insane.
yeah. So I mean, I enjoyed this album. This is 7.5. This is something I'd come back to. Maybe it'll go up more I listen to it again, but never know.
My first listen, I was pretty aggressive on it. I was sitting at a 3 after my first listen, and I just do not think I was in the mood to listen to music that day.
Yeah, I mean,
it wasn't fully the Isaiah Rashad sound from his past albums that I was looking for, and I think that's what made me mad. And then I kind of just went really critiqued on it, and then like probably 10 minutes before starting, I kind of just ran through it, kind of skipping through them a little bit, and I'm like, wow, none of this actually sounds that bad.
Yep.
I think a 3 is very harsh now, so I'm at a 6 now.
Okay.
I still think the fall off is hard. And honestly, I don't even know if I like the Dominic Fike feature that much.
Fair enough. I think that's fair. I like
SZA
Dominic
feature,
Fike a lot.
amazing. That fits perfectly.
Yep.
But the other, I was like, I don't know. But it's the fall off that's really hurting it a lot. And he does bounce on the beats, but he's very repetitive.
Yeah.
That's
That's fair.
But it's still a 6. Like, he still sounds good on it. If you like that sound, you're gonna like it. It's Isaiah Rashad's still kind of sounding like himself.
Yep. Well, those are the new albums that were released this week. There's a couple more albums that I still want to listen to, so if the releases aren't good next week...
Yeah, I took a peek, and I'm going to be struggling to get a couple decent ones. So.
Well, and sometimes you just get surprise drops, but... shout out Kneecap. If there's not other songs or albums to listen to, I will give that one a listen because I love me some good Irish rap. So yeah. Have you never heard of Kneecap?
No.
So they're a very big
yeah, my bad. I've never heard of Kneecap.
They're big in controversy because their logo is basically like the IRA logo where they wanted a united Ireland and get rid of the UK kind of thing.
Oh,
and they went to court over it and won because they were like, yeah, we can be us. And they just wear balaclavas with the Irish flag on it. So, like, politically, they're very charged. But, like, hey, I don't know. I like their music sometimes. Like, it's kind of fun. And
fair.
I mean, you can't go wrong with United Ireland. Anyways.
Nope.
That's we're Catholics. All right. Anyways. So that's the new albums released this week. We got a couple weeks off anyways, too,
Yeah.
until next week. So if you want to listen to it, you can listen to it. But we got the best of albums. Now, Timmy, why don't you take this away here, because you brought up this idea.
I was kind of thinking like, it's hard to think of these new prompts now. We've got so many of these done.
You know, on 99 episodes. Like
I'm
we've done a lot of
trying to
episodes.
think of like a new thing every time, or like close to a new thing, and I was like, you know, we've done best of like genres, we've done like best of years. I was like, why don't we just do a best of whatever artist you want to do, pretty much. So you can make it exactly how you want it to sound, and that's how you go with it. So I felt like it was pretty simple there.
Yeah, I ran with it. I wanted to make a best of album from an artist that has not had a best of album before. And so I'll kick this off here. I went with Jon Bellion.
Go for
it. No shocker here at all.
Nope.
I've praised my love for Jon Bellion, and he's one of the few people where I know his discography completely, and I figured that I could pick a good best of. Like, there's very few artists, I could probably name like 6 of them, that I know their discography wholeheartedly and could pick my best of from them, and Jon Bellion just happens to be one of them. Some of the other ones, I don't think you could really do a best of album, i.e. Pink Floyd. I don't think you could do a best of Pink Floyd because Pink Floyd's albums are so unique and so different, it wouldn't work. But for Jon Bellion, I think you have his sound where he's got that somewhat similar sound throughout his albums, but like his style changes a little bit here and there, and like his production level changes here and there. And so I was like, you know what? I know these albums the best of any person, so I'm just gonna make a Jon Bellion album. So I tried to pick one. I picked one from each album. Now, there's only, 5 albums, so it's not like it's that big of a stretch. And there's 2 singles. So it's not like it was, like, super massive. But starting off
but
with
that's
8.
enough.
It was enough. 5 albums, 2 singles. It's 18 tracks, exactly 1 hour. Start off with 80s films from The Human Condition, 2 rocking chairs off of Separation, Cautionary Tales from Glory Sound Prep, Human from The Definition, New York Soul from The Separation, New York Soul Part 2 from The Human Condition, Stupid Deep from Glory Sound Prep, Crop Circles from the single Crop Circles, Simple and Sweet from The Definition, Dead Man Walking from Translation Through Speakers. Now that is his first album, and you can hear it because it is kind of underproduced in a fun way. Maybe I Don't Know from The Human Condition, Carry Your Throne, Definition, We're on Wild, Definition, Woke the Fuck Up, Human Condition, Blue, Glory Sound Prep, Guillotine, Human Condition, Good Things Fall Apart, but that's by Millennium featuring Jon Bellion, but he does all the vocals, so I kind of just threw it in there because I really like that song.
Fully got it. Yeah.
And then Horoscope with Pharrell Williams to end it off his new album, Father Figure. I didn't care for Father Figure as much as others, but I like that song Horoscope, and I think Pharrell Williams is fantastic on that song, so I threw it in there. Didn't know where it fit, didn't know how to flow it, but I knew I wanted to start with 80s films because it kind of like beeps in a little bit, and you're like, oh, here we go, and then it just starts. I think I tried to make it flow somewhat good, but I also tried not to group up albums next to each other, so it was like I was fighting myself and fighting my own thoughts and trying to do all these funky weird things and get it working. And I think I got it to where I was happy, but like I could have changed out. I don't think Dead Man Walking really fit into this album itself, but I just love that song because it's so silly and so playful and so fun that it's just like, hey, I slept with my sister's friend. Here you go. Like, that's the whole premise of the song.
Yeah.
Like, it's fun, it's stupid, and it's just enjoyable. And, like, God, I love Jon Bellion. I think this is his best work. My favorite song of his all time, I think I'm coming back to it, is New York Soul. I think the honestness of it, I think the sheer...
Which one, part 1 or 2?
Part 1, off of The Separation.
Okay.
Where it's just him, and it's the piano, and he's talking about everything he's missing out with being an artist in LA when his family's in New York, watching his niece grow through Instagram, watching his friends pour out him one at the bar that he wants to go to. Like, it's him trying to deal with like the loss of being famous, but also, you know, wanting to chase that career, but also missing your family deeply. And there's other parts where it's just like, there's other parts with Jon where he's like, maybe I don't know, or is like, why am I getting too fucked up? Why am I doing all this stuff? Maybe I don't know. And it's just like, Jon is just, he's always been introspective, always been looking at himself and thinking about things and thinking about relationships and thinking about the future. And I think that's where like this album flows well for me, because they're all kind of just like, there's some upbeat parts, there's some slow down parts, but it's all, the premise is still the same in general.
Fair enough. You know, Matt, I did like the one that stuck out. Again, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I listened to Glory Sound Prep at some point.
Yes, 100% you have.
But Cautionary Tale was kind of an interesting song at the beginning there, the third track. And I like that one just stuck out for whatever reason when I'm listening to this. That one stuck out as one that I really liked. And then the rest of them were, I didn't quite get the New York Soul Part 2. I mean, one was, they're both completely different songs.
Very different.
You know, I didn't quite get that. But, I mean, for the most part, I'd listened to most of these over the time and recognized a lot of them.
Yeah.
Ironically, I haven't saved any of them. So none of them have made it to my save list. But I still enjoyed it. And so if I'm going to give it a number, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I think it flowed nice. It went nice. It listened nice. So yeah, no, I just look back and I was like, well, last week I kind of picked, Timmy had 3 and you had 1 or whatever. Yeah, neither one of you guys have any on my list this
Nothing.
week.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense
0.
for Timmy's, but
Oh, yeah, no question. There's no chance you're going to have any of mine.
None.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
This was a tough week, and I knew it was going to be tough. I just wasn't quite sure
Okay.
who yours
Matt.
was, but
Was it driving to Michigan?
yep.
Okay. We
Yep.
had a entire 64 draft, me, Matt, and Julia, of Jon Bellion's best songs.
We were so bored that drive. We were like, okay, let's make a giant bracket, because this is when, I don't know if you guys remember my era where I just wanted to make really big brackets and like have us debate over them.
Yes.
I did that for like so many things, and I had a blast with it. And so we did one with Jon Bellion. And so we literally listened to every single song versus the other song, and then we'd pick. And since there was 3 of us, majority won.
And then the next round, we'd listen to it again.
Yep. So we did this for like 2-3 days straight. And
I got
that's funny.
guillotine all the way to the finals.
Yes, you did. You willed your way.
I
And
was-
I think it
trying.
lost to Blue or Crop Circles in the end. I can't remember
I
which
want to
one.
say it was who. I want to say it was Crop Circles.
I think it was Crop Circles too.
because Julia loved Crop Circles a
Yep.
lot, and you had Crop Circles over Guillotine. I was like, all right, fair enough.
that's-
We
yeah,
can
I
get
did-
Guillotine out of here.
But I love Guillotine. That's from what? Legend
Link.
of Zelda? Link.
Yeah,
Yep.
is Link's little yee.
Yep. The sample of Yee.
I love shouting out Guillotine. That's such a funny song, and it's so fun to listen to. I mean, I've listened to probably every single one of these songs from listening to your music while you're driving or doing something.
Yep.
I'm not the hugest Jon Bellion guy, but it's like he does not bother me. So I'll like if he's playing, it's definitely I'll listen. But I don't have any of his songs saved from this either.
Damn.
But I also don't be liking songs like that.
That's fair.
But like all these songs, I was able to listen and like bop along to, sing some of the lyrics of some because I even knew them. Like that's what it felt like another album that I could just easily listen to. I'm sitting at an 8 on it still. Like it's still Jon Bellion's greats.
wow.
That's one of the highest
you
things
can't go
you've
wrong
ever
with
given
someone.
me, I think, Timmy.
Probably. But like it's also I feel like it makes sense.
I think
Maybe that's why I gave the other one 3 because he was in the Jon Bellion mode, and then he listened to the other one, and it wasn't near what Jon Bellion's greatness was, so that he couldn't. do it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly. Isaiah
exactly.
Rashad
That's
didn't live up to it.
That's right. Didn't live up to the hype.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You want to go next, Ed, or you want me to?
Go ahead. I don't care.
Okay.
It's up to you.
I can go. So mine's a little deeper cut of an artist that I've been listening to a lot recently. I talked about him last week because I accidentally listened to his 2025 album. And I also mentioned his 2023 album with The Alchemist. It's Domo Genesis. He is a part of that kind of Griselda area. And well, like he's not with them, but like he's in that kind of area.
What's crazy is I always forget that he came up with Odd Future. He came up with
was
Tyler
an
the
Odd Future
Creator.
guy
He
for a
came
bit.
up with
Yep.
Earl Sweatshirt. He came up with these huge artists that were just like
And he never
living
did much
on
out of it.
absurdities, and he didn't do much
then-
out of it.
And then he went to The Alchemist, Earl Sweatshirt. I think there's Freddie Gibbs, yeah. Smoke DZA, Action Bronson. He's got 2 songs with Action Bronson.
But like you look at Tyler the Creator has 41 million plays. million monthly listeners. Earl Sweatshirt at least has 2.3, and like he's sitting at 700,000. You're kind of like, oh, like of all of the guys to come out of Odd Future, I'm surprised that he went a completely different route than the other two or the other guys.
Okay, I'm gonna run through them quick. Plain Face from Scram, Till Angels Come from No Idols, Game Breaker from No Idols, Fuck Everybody Else from No Idols, Coming Back from Genesis, Dapper from Genesis, Rolling Deep from 12 Odd Future songs, Elimination Feature from No Idols, All Alone, No Idols, Prophecy, No Idols, Shedding Weight from Scram, and then we have 4 from No Idols with Power Ballard, The Daily News, The Feeling, and Drugs Got Me Spiritual. Then One Below from Genesis, The Red Corolla from Red Corolla, and Time Goes By from Red Corolla, and then Skeleton from Intros, Outros, and Interludes.
God, I forget Frank Ocean was Earl Sweatshirt too. Or of Odd Future too. Jesus Christ.
Oh, I do. Oh my God, I did kind of forget Earl Sweatshirt was OF.
Yeah, like it's crazy to see how many of these guys they had. Like
lots of different ways, but good. Shout outs to a lot of the features here. Lots of big features that I'm loving. Freddie Gibbs, Earl Sweatshirt, lots with The Alchemist because he produced it. Mac Miller, Anderson .Paak, Vince Staples, Action Bronson, and then Smoke Dizza.
I love
and Navy
some
Blue.
Action Bronson.
Like Navy Blue as well. At the end.
Like it's so weird because there's two different sides of Domo Genesis, right? You have that Odd Future side where he was like, yeah, like we're kind of weird, we're kind of quirky, we're different than what you think. And then you have the other side where it's like, oh, this is where he kind of grew up and he matured and he realized I like this Griselda sound. Like you have the Alchemist features on, or the Alchemist No Idols album. And so it's very interesting to get these stark contrasts where you get Mac Miller and Anderson .Paak on Genesis, but then you get like the Alchemist beats on No Idols. And it's just it's interesting to see his style change so much. Like he used to just be like, I don't want to call him stoner rap, but it was kind of just like that.
Yeah,
like,
you just kind of
that stoner style. Like
you're not really listening. You're just bopping. You're just they're spitting crazy bars, but it's just going along with the beat. So it's just kind of like just kind of meshing a little bit.
And so like you see this and you're like, okay, and then you forget that he has a full length album with The Alchemist where it's like, oh shit, he's got literally the best producer of this generation working with him.
I'm gonna argue No Idols so far as a top 10 rap album of the 2020s.
I think that's a strong stretch, but I don't hate it.
I think that album front to back is really insane.
And so like it's just cool because you see this and you see his maturingness of this is what I would say. Like you could hear the raw youngness in the Genesis songs with Anderson .Paak and Mac Miller, and then by himself in One Below, or even the Odd Future tapes. Like you can hear like the young youthfulness and the style that he was going with there, and then you see him mature, and you see him find his sound that he wants to do, and really thrive in that sound. So like, very happy to see where he went. I'm just not the hugest Domo fan. I don't think.
Really.
I don't know if it's the way that he is like vocally there. I mean, on this playlist, like I saved 8 of them, so it's not like I'm not a huge fan.
Okay, I'll take 8.
But like, I think a lot of them helps that having that fire ass Alchemist beat underneath it, and
big caliper.
It does help. But like, it still doesn't change the fact that Domo has to come on the beat and still be successful, and he is. And so like, good for him.
Yeah, that part was good.
Yeah. It's just like it was just more along the lines of like, yeah, maybe there's other people that work with the Alchemist that I like more, but I don't hate this.
Yeah,
didn't hate
fair
it.
Enough.
I mean, if you were to rate it,
I came home for work today and came downstairs and put it on the big system, so I played both your playlists on the big system downstairs.
That's probably a fun one to listen to with mine.
It
Holy
was fun.
crap! Shaking the
that was
house
fun.
there.
Yeah, a little bit. Plus, I found a little setting on my receiver I forgot about, and yeah, it helps a little bit.
To shake the bass up a little bit?
A little bit, yep.
Fair enough.
Yep. So it was kind of fun, but I still didn't like it.
What's tough is week to week, I try and pick artists that are not rap because I don't want Dad to be overwhelmed by double rap. So I've been trying
I just don't care. I just said rap.
Timmy's always sending rap, and I'm like, okay, can I go non-rap route here? What can I do so I don't kill Dad? Basically, that's the way I've been premising my recent submissions, where it's like, I don't want to overwhelm the man. Because it was my idea to bring Timmy on as the third guest or the third host here.
Well, I had some assistants listening to it. Let me tell you, so we're good.
This afternoon?
Well, early this evening, but yeah, damn right I did. It's just, hey, there's no way I was gonna get through that without it. Woo.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, I can respect it. I mean, yeah, fair. Yeah. We talked about a little bit of stoner rap,
helped.
so it makes sense. Yeah.
Yep, it sure helped. I wasn't
easier to bop along to the beats and not really listening to a word they're saying because it's too fast.
Yeah, I don't know. I got lost somewhere in the middle, and I don't think I ever came back. I think all I said were beats good, but got repetitive from the middle on.
You got lost.
Oh my god. Oh. I was not ready for that.
Let's just say it was a good afternoon and early evening.
Yeah,
Right now. That made me really warm laughing that much. I couldn't. I gotta get blood flow back to the body.
If we have to rate this, I'm sitting at a 7. Like, it's fun. I enjoyed it.
I'll take a 7, easy.
To be fair,
4?
4 isn't bad. For a full rap album, 4 is not
full
bad.
rap album for somebody.
Did he freeze?
Yeah.
Oh, he did
What?
freeze. Froze on 4. You just had the 4 held up like you were throwing 4s.
Oh my god.
boy.
This is
I'm
a
actually
struggle.
crying. I'm actually crying.
Oh, maybe this is a good one to have the YouTube.
It'll be something, that's for sure.
Oh my god.
Oh man, why don't you talk to us about your album here then, huh?
Well, was it a shock that I picked them or not?
No.
No.
STP is your core.
Well, it is. So I had to pick my favorite songs from Stone Temple Pilots, and I've been a huge fan since Core came out, and there's no doubt about it. They're one of my favorites. It's top 5 bands, and it's just they have a lot of good things, and I just fell in love with these guys when they first came out in the 90s. I never left. So, all right, let's just go down the list, and
What are some
I'll kind of tell you what I was going
song
for.
titles?
So
Oh, yeah.
the first 2 songs technically go together because I don't think you could do one without the other. But the first song was more or less, I'm just going to throw you guys a loop. And so I did that with Wet My Bed, which if you've never listened to it, it's quite disturbing, but it's fine.
It's interesting.
Yep. But at the end of that song, they go, okay, now what? And then Cracker Man kicks in, and now it takes off. So that was kind of my gist to going from, all right, I'm going to set you guys up, and then it's going to take off from there. So came out with Cracker Man from Core, Down from number 4, Dead and Bloated from Core, Between the Lines from Stone Temple, self-titled, Sex Type Thing from Core again, and then we start getting into some of the other titles with Days of the Week, and then Interstate Love Song, Purple, Creep again from Core, Big Empty from Purple, Sour Girl from number 4. I even threw in the new guy. Got Fare Thee Well from Peridia. That's the new singer Jeff Gutt. Vaseline and Meadow from Stone Temple, their second self-titled album. However, this was with Jeff Gutt. Then Big Bang Baby with Tiny Music. Plush from Core. Trippin' on a Hole in a Paper Heart, my absolute favorite song from Tiny Music, and to end it with Wicked Garden from Core.
Yeah, I mean, this is just
All
the
over
most.
the place.
It is a little bit. It's a little whiplashy in spots, but it's like
It was.
that's just Stone Temple Pilots in a nutshell. You don't know what you're getting out of them. Some albums you're gonna get Core, where it's just like the most obviously like grunge essential album, but then you get Tiny Music from the gift shop. Songs from the gift shop.
Yep.
That's just like a weird album. And like
that's awesome.
That's just Stone Temple in a nutshell. They're weird.
Purple,
they're
that's
different
awesome too. Yep.
Like
they're all different.
They're all very different. And going into this, I'm like, yeah, I know what I'm getting into. And leaving it, I was like, yeah, that's what I expected. It's Stone Temple Pilot. It's Stone Temple Pilot. It's a little weird. It's a little funky. But like you have these huge astronomical bangers of songs that you're just like,
I had to kind of dice them through the whole thing and kind of, but I'd kind of I'd start quick and then kind of tailor it down, then kind of pop you back up and then bring it back down and then finish it up.
The biggest compliment I can give to Stone Temple Pilots is like, if I'm playing WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2004 and this is the soundtrack, I love it. Like that's it makes me feel like I'm playing a WWE game from the early 2000s. Because like it feels like that soundtrack.
Yeah.
It just feels like that soundtrack. Or like if you're playing NHL 04, like the most like it's fun.
Gritty is just like
gritty. It's just aggressive. Some of them are really in your face, but like some of them are also soft and like comforting in a weird way. And like you can't hate on Stone Temple Pilots because I think they're one of the biggest bands to come out of the 90s in that grunge era. They're up there with like Nirvana. They're up there with like other huge
but they weren't
grunge
considered
artists.
grunge, and that was the thing is they kind of defied. They are. I mean, they're West Coast. They're California, but
grunge came out of Seattle. I get it. They're California, so it's like they're like Chili Peppers. They're just a little outside looking in.
Yep, exactly. I would. That's a safe bet. It's not as funky groove as the Chili Peppers would have, but
they weren't as depressed as grunge, but they still had the undertones of that. Is the best way I could
drug use undertones. Yep.
That's the best way I could describe them. They didn't have the always seasonal depression that Seattle has,
right?
But they were flirting with it. Like that's,
Scott Weiland, the lead singer. He went on to do Velvet Revolver as well.
Yep.
It just. Yeah.
But like you get huge songs on here. Like Dead and Bloated is massive. Interstate Love Song is huge. Vaseline is awesome. Plush is like literally one of the biggest songs to come out of the 90s, I feel like. Like it's just something.
It was just kind of fun to do.
You just recognize that and you're like, "Oh yeah, that's Stone Temple Pilots," because they have that unique sound to them.
Right.
And that's the cool thing about it is like they're just unique enough to be themselves, and it's hard when like you're in that weird window between hair metal and new metal where grunge kind of dominated and like hair metal sounded repetitive, new metal sounded repetitive. But
I would put Stone Temple and Foo Fighters probably more the same lines.
Right. And like
it's just a solid
right
rock,
around
straight
that.
out rock.
Yeah, it's just like they were able to stand out in eras before and after them where they were all meshing with everything else.
Yeah.
And even sometimes grunge, you get that style where it's like, yeah, this is grunge, but like who knows exactly who it is because they sound the same. Like once you get past the giant
they didn't sound the same.
They didn't. They had their own sound.
A unique sound.
And even coming in with the new singer after the passing of who was it again?
Sky Weiland.
Thank you. Like you hear those songs Fare Thee Well and Meadow, they're decent. Like I'm not going to hate on them, but like it's just it's nice to hear that they're still making music and they're still making their own sound because it sounds like Stone Temple even though it's a new singer.
Yep.
Which I think is what they wanted to do and what they wanted to be. And
yep.
Good on them.
Absolutely. Yep. So it was kind of fun.
Yeah, and I mean, if I'm rating this, I'm right there with Timmy's. I'm putting it at a 7. I think that this it's fun. I think front to back, it's cool. I think there are some spots. You threw me for a weird loop starting out with Wet My Bed. I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't even ready for like, a minute and a half of like a weird sounding track and then just getting into it. And I'm like, okay. All right, here we go. This is something different. And like
exactly, and that was what I was going for.
And like, but that's
the
just
shock and awe. It's like, what the hell is he putting on here?
Yeah, but that's
like,
Stone Temple in a nutshell. I feel like they're
Right.
just different. They're weird. They're funky, and they want to be themselves. And they
I couldn't
succeed
decide
at
if
it.
I wanted it at the beginning or the end, but it was going to go either one of the two, and it ended up at the beginning. So
I think the beginning was the right play. If you put it at the end,
I think so.
I would just be like, all right, what the hell?
Yeah, you're like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah.
Giving up after the second to last song, and then you would get Cracker Man out of it. So Cracker Man is a fun song.
I'm sitting the same thing as Matt, actually, on this. I'm sitting at a 7 as well. I probably knew 80, 85, maybe even 90% of the songs like before listening to this.
That's fair.
Like Matt was saying, this is kind of just what you listen to for a very long time. So I feel like I recognized a lot of these songs. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of these songs, I felt like I was really just like, oh, I've heard this. Oh, I've heard this.
Well, and I could have gone the Rush route, which but there's so many to choose from.
I mean, yeah,
Try to get
Rush
it down.
has so many albums. I was expecting you to go Pearl Jam. That was my shot.
I could have done Tesla.
But, like,
was the other one.
Or Tool. Those were the other ones
Yeah.
where I was like, this is the 90s style, like, grunge rock, where I was like, yeah, he's probably going to pull something out of there. Because, like I was talking about earlier, you can't do a best of Pink Floyd because they're so
hard.
different. You can't just pull in, like, Shine On You Crazy Diamonds Part 1
and I can't do the best of Rush
6.
because there's just too much of it.
In Rush's songs, you get, like, 10 tracks only because they're each, like, 6 minutes long.
Yeah. Right.
True.
Whereas at least with Stone Temple, you got 18 tracks at least. And you got,
Yeah, I went a little over.
yeah, but
It was an hour 4.
That's fine.
that's fine. You were right there. Like, you get 18 tracks.
I cut it down. I was at like 30.
Jeez.
I
Jesus.
started it just kind of picking. I went right through the albums, just pick songs, and then I put them into one big group, and then I dwindled it down, and I started placing songs and listening to songs. Like, okay, that would go there, that would go there, and then
Yeah.
and then I
That
started
is
deleting
exactly
things off
what I did. I put them all in one big list, and I went,
Yeah,
okay, this isn't as
Okay.
good as the others. All right,
Yeah,
weed it
no,
off,
this
weed it off. Yep.
yeah.
This isn't what I want it to sound like. Weed it off, pull it off.
Yeah, and the lineup changed quite a bit when I'm sitting there because Mom was like, "What are you doing?" She goes, "I go, I'm making a playlist." She goes, "What?" I said, "Yeah, I'm making a playlist." "You don't make playlists." I said, "I'm making a playlist." And so we had that discussion about just making playlists on Spotify. I said, "I make a lot of playlists. I just don't listen to them. I listen to my own, my favorites, and that's all I listen to." But I have playlists.
Oh.
Ones I've done for the podcast and things
Timmy
like that.
Timmy hates that. Dad and I are the exact same way.
That's
I
so
know.
just.
I'm
Because
almost
Timmy's
at,
weird.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm almost at 5,600 liked songs. That's where I'm sitting, and I just shuffle it, baby.
Awful.
Yep, absolutely.
I was shuffling it in the other day, and Julia goes, "What are we listening to? A throwback playlist?" I go, "No, I'm just shuffling my songs." And she goes, "Oh."
So we got another Julia and Timmy are on the same page, huh?
That's
Yeah.
tough.
Oh,
That's
she's
tough.
that's
No, it's too much to keep track of. I want one list.
now hear me
I
out.
like them all. So why wouldn't I want to listen to them? If I like them, I got to listen to them.
To being the Spotify owner, the premium owner of our family plan, I get the audiobook hours. I've been grinding out some audiobooks on Spotify.
Yeah, but I
lately.
pay for it.
Oh yeah.
Oh
But
yeah.
you're not going to listen to audiobooks. Are you kidding me right now?
No, I'm not.
Listen to audiobooks.
You
dumbass.
I am
Sir.
This guy right down this. He's in the bottom of the mic.
currently I'm listening to the audiobook Lightbringer. This is book 6 in the
You're down there.
Red Rising novel.
You're down there.
I'm down there. It is a 30-hour audiobook, and I have 8 hours
Jesus
left.
Christ.
But this is
That
also
sounds
coming from a
awful.
guy. This is also coming from a guy who listened to a 6-part, 36-hour podcast series on the Eastern Front in World War II.
Wow, look at the time.
Well,
I
that.
I don't have a response for that.
That's because I'm
I
a
don't either.
weirdo. I'm a nerd. This is nothing new. I
true.
know. I know.
I can't do
know way
audiobooks.
too.
I can't do anything
I
audio
love
like that.
audiobooks.
I don't mind
I'm
them.
not a huge podcast guy because everything has been going
I
to.
like podcasts.
I don't listen to a lot of podcasts. I think there's like one or two that I'll listen to, but that's it. And like,
Yeah, but they're fun. I just pop them on once in a while.
I think
I
they're
tried
good.
getting into podcasts. I was listening to Two Bears, One Cave because I felt like that was an easy one.
They get
Got
repetitive
like
and boring.
40 episodes in, and I couldn't do it anymore.
I listen to a fantasy football podcast because I'm bad at that. Yep. But they also have a comedy podcast with those 3 guys, and they're hilarious, and it's kind of family friendly, so I throw it on with the boys in the car and make it easy. But lately, it's just been books. I've been listening to a lot of books. I've been renting them from the library. I'm kind of nerdy now. Julia turned me into a reader. What can I say?
Nothing wrong with that. So.
But I still listen to so much music. Like, let's be real.
Well,
I'm always listening to music, too, so.
I don't think I've
so much for
ever once
going
listened
short.
to an audiobook.
So much
on
for going
Spotify.
short. We're over.
That's because you can't listen to an audiobook on Spotify because I'm the family owner. You have to be the premium owner to listen to audiobooks.
Oh, actually?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Oh, actually,
yeah, you
'cause
can
I
have
don't-
that. Go for it.
Yeah, I get nothing.
All you.
You won't listen to anything, though. You can whine and bitch all you want. You're not going to listen to an audiobook.
You're right. I know. Not gonna lie. You're right.
I'm not either.
Yes.
I'm not complaining about it.
No, the only other person that would listen to it is Julia, who has her own Audible subscription, and Mom, who like rents things from the library like nobody's business. So, hey,
He does.
yep. Anyways, that's all we have on this episode of Pause the Music. Don't forget to follow us on Spotify and maybe YouTube. Hello, subscribe here if you're listening to us on YouTube. Leave a like on this video or the podcast. Give us a 5-star rating. I am turning into a YouTuber. You're hour
You
5
gotta switch
into
up
this.
your script. Your
I
script's
know.
changing.
I'm trying to stay on top of it, but like, I don't
Hello,
even know
YouTube.
My birthday today.
Anyways, dude, that's a weird niche video that like Timmy and I and Alex know, and that's pretty much it. It's like it's such a weird niche. Anyways, I don't know. Anything else here to add, guys?
No, never do.
No.
I don't know, but it's always something to throw out. All right.
enough.
Well, I'm Matt.
Timmy.
Bye.
Bye.
You're listening to Pause the Music Podcast, a podcast by music fans for music fans. We talk new music, old music, and everything in between. The albums we love, the songs we argue about, and the moments that made us fans. With Jeff, Matt, and Timmy Rotter. Now sit back, relax, and pause the music.